All right, we live, man. We're live once again with our Sunday blockchain talks. Today is a day of study, a day of trying to gain some understanding. It's really not about the show as much as it is to communicate um, together and just kind of iron sharpens iron. So I've once again, I got Blockchain B-Dub here with me. And I've got a special guest coming on as well. That'll be able to pop in and say hello. But really, what we're hoping to do today is just have a deep dive to understand better certain coins. We're going to get into some tokenomics. I want to talk a little bit about Pancake swap. I want us to understand the world of automated market makers and how many people are taking advantage of this new technology to basically facilitate the blockchain trading process, right? And there's money being made for the facilitation. So the more we understand about that, the more we'll get in on some of those percentages, and we'll understand why people are so excited about all this DeFi and the world of DeFi. So say hello to everybody real quick who's all joined. I want to bring on my man, Kyle Mansa. We're going to be discussing some things with Kyle in the show about insurance, okay? A lot of us are putting a lot of money in this space, and everything in life should be insured, I feel. So I think we have to have a healthy relationship with crypto insurance, and then look to how we can invest and create some crypto insurance products ultimately. So I think this community, Bobby wears that shirt, be the bank. There's not a bank that is not heavily leveraged in insurance, right? Heavily leveraged in insurance. So we have to look at our crypto assets and how we can insure them, and then how we can provide insurance products with them. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Kyle, hello.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Say hello to the family.
Peace. How's everybody doing? Well, as Corey said, insurance is definitely needed to safeguard and protect any investments in any industry. And, I'm happy to be a part of this platform. I work with the numerous cryptocurrency and blockchain operations and companies, one being Cryptosurance, which is a company that's dedicated to providing insurance for cryptocurrency holders, cryptocurrency issuers, and tech companies that's in the blockchain industry.
Okay.
And yeah.
Well, since we're there, let's talk about it, because I know, I have to change my passwords every 90 days, and I've got so many wallets, so many KYCs, so many Google authenticators, right? And I'm scared to death that one day I'm not going to remember, and the anxiety related to having a large amount of tokens somewhere and losing your password is real, So what do you recommend? Who can we talk to concerning that, so that we can have a better way of making sure that we're not locked out of a wallet somewhere with millions of dollars on it? Please talk.
You know, prior to like just delivering the who to talk to, I think the concept of insurance and how it applies to cryptocurrency is pretty good to just delve into, because cryptocurrency, though it's a new type of financial asset, each aspect of it is not really new. When you think about technology itself, there are a lot of insurance policies and insurance products for technology. Um, Finance, there are a lot of insurance products for finance, right? It's just a unique cryptocurrency is unique where it has a high degree of technology as well as a high degree of finance. So what crypto insurance is a company to look at each unique situation that cryptocurrency brings to the industry, and looks at creating unique and solid policies to ensure against the losses that we've been seeing in the industry consistently. One being, and one of the biggest being, losing loss of password, right? So there's a password protection insurance policies in the works, as well as ledger and exchange protections, which, you know, some people lose their currency due to no fault of their own, but to the security threats that haven't been taken care of with an exchange or even a wallet sometimes, right? You may have trusted the wrong wallet. So there's a lot of things that come into place when you think about insuring a cryptocurrency. Uh, and what we're doing is providing those solutions. And like most insurance companies, if you really know, insurance companies, they have a form of investment attached to them. So we don't have to get too deep, but one way that we know we are capable of hedging against a lot of these losses is our strategic investments, as well as the strategic insurance policies, how they're structured.
Okay. Well, uh, I'm definitely interested in learning more about just in general. But as you think about it, I was just reading an article today about Coinbase and how, if people have issues, they're kind of locked out. They don't have any kind of issue resolutions for people that can't recover their wallets, or for whatever reason a transaction didn't go through, or some of that nature. And it's not a problem until it's your problem, you know? So I'm definitely interested in
Mhm.
learning more about how to protect myself, my assets, and teaching more people about how to protect their assets, because we have a lot of hope over here, a lot of hope. But you don't want that hope to be victimized.
Yeah, definitely.
So we'll, we'll start there. All right. So Kaya, if you don't mind sitting in with us, I'm gonna share my screen here, and we're gonna do a deep dive on and talk a little about tokenomics on a couple coins. All right.
No problem. No problem.
All right. Uh, so the first one, I know Bobby's got a few that we want to discuss, but this first one here uh, is Hoge Finance. Okay. We're gonna get into their white paper, but this is what they call a deflationary coin, a deflationary uh, auto staking community, right? So, what I like, we're going to like this because it's gonna play into everybody knows about Dogecoin, and Dogecoin. Uh, I have personally not been very long on Doge, because the more I learned about it, the less I wanted to be in it, you know. But that's me personally. But let's talk about some coins that have spotted, identified the need that Doge was filling, and spotted some issues in it, and then created their own, alternative to that. And that'll help us either one, see the play with Doge, or two, identify some other coins that might be valuable as a result, like SafeMoon and like this Hoge coin. All right. So I'll just read. uh, Come on, scroll down the screen. Can y'all see my screen?
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
see it.
All right. So how it does that? Froze on me. All right, here we go. So if we've learned one thing from Doge making its way to the top 10 currencies by market cap, it's that there's plenty of room in the crypto space for a token whose value rests on internet subculture. After all, why shouldn't we have our own token that we can use and exchange amongst ourselves? Doge is an extraordinary in this aspect. However, as Doge is inflationary by design, its tokenomics are questionable. As the number of Doge coins in circulation increases, their individual value may diminish over time. This is where Hoge coin comes into play. There will never be more Hoge in circulation than there are right now. Hoge is a deflationary cryptocurrency. Every time a transaction takes place with Hoge, 2% of that transaction is distributed and removed, i.e., burned, from the total supply. This increases the scarcity of every Hoge coin in circulation. And what that means is that every time Hoge is used, the value of the remaining Hoge tokens in circulation increased by simultaneously decreasing the supply, while also distributing Hoge to everyone using the token. As a result of this, every single Hoge holder has an incentive to spread the use of Hoge as much as possible. As more transactions take place on the network, the individual net worth of all who own a piece of the network increases. All right. So let's talk about that for a second. Um, Dogecoin, what I found, get out of here. What I found was that Dogecoin is really only held by like 100 wallet holders. Um, it may be more than that, but surely it's not 1,000. And to me, that is highly, 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 highly manipulatable in my as far as my concern. So uh, maybe they're making some changes to uh, deflate that, but it's obvious that the whole pump and dump is possible when you have that kind of leverage and a small number of token holders, the early adopters. So um, there are so many Doge being created every day, every minute, every second. And it's to help keep the price of it down, and that's cool. But uh, it's it's ultimately kind of a crap coin, you know. So so we have been more attracted to some of these coins that have what they call a burn rate built into their tokenomics. So this was an example of one where you use, uh, every time there's a transaction on the chain, 2% of that transaction is burned and then redistributed to all of the users, right? Um, so it incentivizes you to hold on to the token. And the more you hold it, the more you get because people are using it. And the more other people use it, everybody goes up, right? And that's a lot of the same tokenomics that SafeMoon is built on. Uh, let's go here. Let's take a look at it. Us digital asset collectors in this community, man, we have really taken a liking to SafeMoon. Uh, I personally am
You moving
hoping
in
to
a safe mode now?
let's talk about it. I'm gonna hop over, pull up Safe Moon's white paper and talk about this burn, because that's the concept. The coin doesn't matter as much as us understanding the tokenomics, because many coins are gonna come. So hold on, I'm pulling this up. Go ahead, Bobby, please.
Oh yeah, I was just can you hear me?
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
Yeah, I like coins like Safe Moon too. I'm heavy on Safe Moon right now. Been watching a lot of it just on like YouTube and some of the other shows. You got people who are high and low on it. The way I think about it is just, I mean, if you think in terms of a portfolio, you want it to be balanced. So you have your coins that may be like a higher market cap and some others that are lower. But I think that if you spread out your risk, if you will, I mean, we were talking about insurance earlier, right? I
yeah.
think diversification also helps in terms of risk management. So, you got Safe Moon, like right now it's trading at, what is that? It's not like a fraction of a penny, 0.00006. Right now I got like 77 million coins, just of Safe Moon. Why? Like I said, just from a risk management standpoint, like what it does, it's not really known. Like there's some videos out there. There's some stuff that's it's growing. It has that kind of that Doge buzz to it, but it also it rewards people who hold on to their coins. Like it's basically rewarding the fact that you're not, it's not looking for somebody to do like a pump and dump type strategy. It's actually
Uh,
you're like, I'm sorry, go ahead.
yeah, and I want to speak to what it actually does. So yeah,
Yeah, go for
absolutely.
it.
Go ahead.
No, I was just
Well,
gonna say you're yeah, go ahead, Corey. My bad.
I mean, what we're living in is in this world of, and it kind of segues us into automated market makers and liquidity pools
Hmm.
and yield farming. Okay, and it's all about DeFi. Uh, all of your tokens of recent that have been really getting momentum have been in this DeFi space because uh, blockchain is about the expansion of capital and the expansion of liquidity and the rewards for expanding or allowing your money to be used in other places to let people do stuff, right? And that liquidity, that those rewards will ultimately be adopted and be, those different coins will ultimately be accepted on exchanges that will allow us to move with the big boys, right? But until then, most of those coins start on these swaps. They start on these liquidity pools, and um, and then they ultimately get adopted and moved up and get brought into more wallets, and ultimately we all get connected to the internet of chains, right? And the internet of chains is all of these blockchains ultimately will be able to talk to each other, and all of these coins will be exchangeable for one another. We're not there right now, but so you look for functionality and you look for community. And this is the functionality of SafeMoon. It's an automatic liquidity pool. So automatic LP is a secret sauce of SafeMoon. Here we have a function that acts as a twofold beneficial implementation for holders. First, the contract sucks up tokens from sellers and buyers alike and adds them to the liquidity pool, creating a solid price floor. Second, the penalty acts as an arbitrage resistant mechanism that secures the volume of SafeMoon as a reward for the holders. In theory, the added liquidity pool creates a stability from the supplied liquidity pool by adding the tax to the overall liquidity of the token, meaning this: every time you trade SafeMoon, there's a tax. There's a 10% tax every time you buy and sell, right?
Yeah.
A percentage of
Five.
that is burned. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Oh no. You're when you said a percentage of it is burned, and the other 5% goes back to the coin holder. So it's like it's it's rewarding those who buy into the liquidity pool.
Exactly. It's rewarding you for buying and holding. So, number two, most coins were started with early adopters able to buy up all the coins, and they're the ones that were rewarded most of the reward tokens, right? And SafeMoon was not built that way. It was built to be a purely community token. So everybody has the same opportunity from the beginning to buy the tokens. That's why they're underinflated from a value point of view, because they're leveraged, right? They're leveraged in this liquidity pool. I'm talking about SafeMoon, but the liquidity pool concept is something that we really can start to spend more time studying, reading, learning about automated market makers, and seeing inside of these different tokens, their tokenomics, and how it benefits you to buy and hold and not hop, you know? So another
Hey, Corey, what do you do, or in terms of your strategy, like your strategy with your portfolio? Can you kind of speak to what's your principles? Are you a buy and hold kind of guy? Do you make any plays to kind of capitalize on the Corey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. Do you make any plays to capitalize on? I mean, even with Doge, like you said, you might not be big on Doge, but shit, I made 15 grand on Doge, and I didn't believe it in either. So, in your strategy, are you doing anything like are you looking for like stable coins to kind of diversify your portfolio, as well as coins that you could make a quick buck on, if you would, almost like a day trader type deal? And
Yeah,
if so,
well,
like what are your thoughts on that?
I think me personally, day trading is advantageous. It's also stressful,
It is.
uh, and I didn't get into this to create a new stress for myself. I
Facts.
I got into this to create, long-term stability and hope, right? And build a collection of assets that I might be able to leverage in the future uh, for the liquidity that I need. So that's my personal approach to it. So I'm a digital asset collector. So when I buy it like I want to have a case on my wall of all the different assets that I've collected over time. And because I like them, I like what they do, I
Right.
like how they look, kind of deal. And that's so I'm not a trader. Do people make money trading? Absolutely. And the buy and sell can be exciting, but as above, so below. And buying low is as exciting as selling high is nerve wracking, right?
Right.
So I, I don't think I'll ever be smart enough to really figure that out. And I didn't do it with stocks, so I won't do it with these. But I do think people who do it can be rewarded, and they can grow. But ultimately, you end up just growing more digital assets. You end up,
Yeah.
hey, I was buying and trading and buying and trading and buying and trading. At some point, you're a holder because you're going to be holding something at some
Yeah.
point, whether it's dollars or USD or Bitcoin. You're going to end up somewhere. So
Yeah.
I say start with the somewhere from the beginning and pick the right assets to hold.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree with you too. Like I share the same principles. Like there's the coins that I go after, they have to have some functionality that I can see the usefulness somewhere down the line. Like we talk labs, that's real estate. It has to have some kind of functionality, something that's going to be useful or a valid use case. Either now currently, because a lot of coins. Another thing I look at is when I'm going through the white paper and I'm reading the background information on these companies, is like, who else are they partnering with? Do they already have these larger companies that subscribe to them? Are there banks? Are there um, are there large investment firms, whether be it in America or abroad? That's the other thing. Every time you see a company name, you may not know it because it's not an American company, but if you go digging deep enough, they may have just as equal of an influence of a large American company or a greater influence. So it pays to do the research, but I definitely subscribe to also, just on a lower level, like using a Doge or using, a coin that may not have the same functionality, but also has some almost like some consumer buzz, if you will, because, that is a strategy I think can help fund the coins that you really do like. But to your point, I mean, it is nervous. I mean, it is nerve wracking. I mean, when I when I let the Doge go, I look at it on a daily basis now. Like, did I did I leave any money on the table or anything like that? So it can be nerve wracking. I think it could be a part strategy, and it's probably just all around, for the most part around, your research, where that kind of leads you, what type of investor you are, whether or not you're, more bull or bear, or just kind of as you continue to study this thing, like kind of where your heart or where your logic kind of takes you to.
yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of value in yield farming and in staking uh, and in earning coins from leaving them alone.
Right. right.
And I think so. The more we can educate ourselves around that and how to hold, where to hold, what to hold,
Right.
We won't be focused on when to hold, because the only question, if you're getting the right stuff, the time to hold is now.
Right.
So I'll tell you what, I'm gonna pull up this video since we got the time and it's our show and we're here and we can watch whatever we want to watch.
And I love videos.
This particular video is going to talk about automated market makers, and it was very helpful to me, and hopefully it'll be helpful to us as we understand what Pancake swap is about and what DeFi is all about. So pardon my technology as I here we go. Share screen. Chrome tab. Here we go. Watch this video here. It's 21 minutes, but it's very valuable.
Is about automated market makers. Now, this is easily one of the most talked about primitives or concepts in DeFi these days, but it's actually one of the least understood and most scariest ones to actually understand. And to be honest, it's taken me a while to really wrap my head around these crazy twisted machines. And I hope that this video unravels some of the mystery for you. So in this video, first before we even talk about what an
blah 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 blah.
some coin over here. And the role of the exchange, which is in the middle over here, is
I paused. Patience is such a virtue. Okay. All right. This is what I wanted us to see. This illustration right here. Traditional order books.
say $10 of a coin, right? And this is coins over here. And then you have Alice over here who says, I want to buy $9 worth of some coin over here. And the role of the exchange, which is in the middle over here, is to match both of these two together and helping them, essentially what we call, fill each other's orders. So in this case, Bob would sell essentially 90% of his order because it's his $9, his $10, 9 of it is being filled over here, and Alice, her $9 is entirely filled. Now this is very, very simplified, but the point which I want to illustrate here is that this exchange is kind of like a matchmaking service where it says, okay, you have a buyer, you have a seller, let's connect them and do what we need to fill this order. Now, if we go in a bit more depth, the way an order actually looks is we might have, say, sell 10 ETH at $100 over here. So we have the quantity and the price. And then we might have on the other side someone saying buy 5 ETH at $90, right? And what you have kind of here is kind of a war, right? Because this person wants to sell 10 at $100, and this person wants to buy 5 at 90. And essentially, what we then see in the order book is these two.
Come on, catch up. Nah, this is important because this is how markets work, and all of us are on exchanges every day. We place orders, and you wonder how they get filled, and when they get filled, and how that all works. But these are the mechanisms behind it that are, that our day-to-day lives are now attached to. So.
They don't want to work for you.
It doesn't.
And make sure you're dropping that link in the chat, though, right?
I will. So
okay, we do.
So let me.
That was about automated market makers, though, right?
Yeah, automated market makers. So let me break it down.
Entries next to each other.
In my speech.
And the way the price is calculated is when these two kind of agree to come in the middle. So Alice might say, it's been 10 minutes, nobody's taken my order. Let me offer instead of $90,
it's not
$95 and see if anyone takes. Bob waits a while and he says, no one's taking 100. Let me maybe offer 97. And eventually there's a point at which they meet, and let's suppose that's actually eventually $95 because Bob decides to come down. So the price of, say, ETH in this case is now going to be set at $95. And what we're essentially saying here is that there's kind of like a tug of war between sells and buys. And if you
pause, all right, I will share that that video link. But what it really opens up is an understanding of how liquidity pools are being used. And if you look at the entire, here, CoinMarketCap has dedicated an entire section to just DeFi. And, we don't look at it. And yield farming. You see here, yield farming and Pancake swap. Right? And I spend none of my time like looking at what is this thing and how are people using this to make money, and what are the yields.
It's good that you.
406% in farms.
Yeah.
I'm all about percentages. I think that's what we're looking for, right?
Yeah. Hey Corey, look at the other thing too. Now that you put up the CoinMarketCap, right? I like you. You're on a DeFi tab, right?
Yes.
If you go back you're on a which? Yield farming.
I was on yield farming, but DeFi. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just if you look back, like we were talking about, like in terms of like diversifying, and I like where you're going with the yield farming, but also from a diversification standpoint, it has that tab. I didn't even notice this too, so I'm glad you brought up this crypto.com. I'm sorry, Cap Market. I'm on it all the time. I hadn't even gone to this page, but I'm doing this without realizing it. But I think it's a smart move to make. Like if you go right next to the cryptocurrencies, it has the button on there with categories.
Yeah,
same deal. You can look, from an education standpoint, research, tourism, hospitality, real estate, Solana, ecosystem, music, Yearn partnerships, fan token. So it has all of these categories. I'm still scrolling down. There's like, sheesh, at the bottom. I mean, it just keeps going. It's over 100. Let me see. There's 112 different categories that you can take. So clearly, like you said, it's expansive. So to know what the coin to go after, it's what I would do or what I'm doing is just like picking some of these key categories. Look at this. There's a cybersecurity category. Here's logistics. You know me, Corey. I run a logistics business, so I'm gonna start jumping into some of this stuff and looking to find some good players in here in each of the space, just like I said, to kind of diversify my portfolio. Number 85, NFTs and collectibles. We talk about this on the calls like on a weekly basis. Like you're heavy on NFT talks. You've given me a few assignments on NFTs, Corey. So that's big. Oracles, number 77. I mean, it's gaming, 72, category number 72. Let me see what happens when you click on a category. So boom, I clicked on gaming. Guess what's the top coin on gaming there, Corey? Engine. Engine token, the one that we were talking about last week, right?
Yeah. Let's look at energy. Energy. That's utility tokens. This is how are people using crypto for the to fund liquidity for the energy. And the top one is this energy web token. First of all, never heard of it. But if their white paper is good, I might be looking into it. Let's take a look.
Energy. Ooh, I like that. 1358. Let's see. It has a market cap of 408 billion. So it's up there. That's like 408 billion. What is Bitcoin's like 976 or something like that? So you're talking almost half of, or approaching half of the market cap of a Bitcoin. It has some surge potential, but this is energy we're talking about here, right?
Yeah, and look at a market cap. How many companies have a market cap of 408 billion?
Yeah, right. So it's stable. Yeah, you definitely have a stable coin there. I mean, what is ETH right now? Like Ethereum is only, let me see, ETH. Yeah, Ethereum's 265 billion. So it's, I mean, it has roughly the same, market cap is,
No, that's million, bro. That's not billion. That's million.
1, 2, 3. Oh, that's where you at? Which one are you talking about? Talking about Ethereum?
Oh, energy web token. It's
Oh,
480.
okay. Oh yeah.
That's,
Hey, even better.
yeah, I'm with you though. It's I think use case is the play. Understanding use case and not getting caught up in price, but definitely getting caught up in use case.
Right.
Right. And I think that's what's going to help you collect the right assets inside of, and you want to be involved in every industry, the top use cases in every industry. You know, that's a strategy. Right. All right. I've got the travel industry covered. I've got the tourism industry. I've got the manufacturing industry covered. I've got the music industry covered. I've got the utilities industry covered. I think that's an excellent way of considering a diversified portfolio versus
Right.
just hit stable coins. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Look at the other thing that's so crazy in terms of just like the average price rate. I'm looking at the average price change per category. Education,
Yeah.
611.42% up. Like it's significant. What's the next one is research, but everything else is like double digits, and education and research are like triple digit price increases. So when we get off this call, needless to say, I'll be in the education and research buckets doing some deep diving.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm glad. I haven't done this, but again, you go on Coin Market Cap, you look at what is it? I think you look at categories.
Mm-hmm.
You look at categories, and you dig around, man. Education is up crazy. It's the number one category.
Wow. Look at the top gainers, the Matrix MTX. Not sure what it is, but again, and that's what I love about this stuff so much. It's like a continuous rabbit hole. It always you'll see something and then you go digging into it. But I'm not sure what MTX is, but I'm definitely gonna do some deep diving on that one. Yeah.
And people are always attracted to the surges.
Right.
This one just had a surge.
Mm-hmm.
Because prior to the surge, it was at like, 1 cent,
Yeah.
2 cent,
Yeah.
3 cent.
What's that full trend look like?
So,
That's
I
crazy.
mean, they're in a surge right now, which you can't trust that,
Right. It
I
looks
don't
like
jump.
from May of 18 to January of 21. Yeah, like you said, it was kind of flatlining for that whole time, and then it's had a spike here lately. Huh. But even why? You know what I mean? Like, in a deep diving process, the question why, like, what did they not have their platform together, and then they've spent some time to kind of solidify their platform, and are now bouncing back up. Like, it's like I said, the rabbit hole goes so deep, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Good stuff. This is definitely yeah. The crazy part is I'm on his website all the time. Like, I'm always on Coin Market several hundred times a day. and to not have, seen as categories is cool, but yeah, it just gives me more. I don't know. I'm excited about the research part of it. I like digging into this stuff, and then just to your point, Corey, just finding things that make sense, things that have a good use case, things that are going to be imperative down the line here from a technical standpoint or a use case standpoint to society in general. I mean, Clint, get on yet? We ain't get Clint today.
I'm back.
Mastermind Clint. Clint didn't jump on today.
I didn't see him yet. Let me show you this token, Bobby. Am I on? Can you hear me?
Yeah. We
This one means a lot to me. Check these guys out. It's an education ecosystem token. Okay. They're called LEDU. Their fully diluted market cap is 4 million. They're what's that? 2 million market cap. But what they do is you earn tokens when you submit educational content to their platform.
Wow.
So it is and you earn tokens when you view educational content on their platform.
Oh, that's awesome.
And,
sounds like all of our kids need an account.
Absolutely. And here it is. But the more you, and I've actually made contact with some of the people who have made content.
If you're a beginner looking to learn a new skill, online course sites are a dime a dozen. But what if you're past the beginner stage? If you're at the intermediate or advanced level, there's not a lot of options out there for you. That's the problem the education ecosystem solves.
Professional development is an industry that is worth about $360 billion. But most of the online education companies that exist today are all competing in the beginner space. That is why the education ecosystem is focused on people who have already passed the beginner stage.
Already, our beta has connected over 1 million professionals worldwide. And with our new education token, that number is only going to grow. The education token is an ERC20 token that lives on the Ethereum blockchain. That means it can be bought, sold, and traded outside of the ecosystem just like any other cryptocurrency. But our token exists primarily to power a new system of incentives, which will reward everyone who brings positive value to the ecosystem at any level. Learners will use education tokens to pay for their subscriptions, to donate to creators, request specific projects or materials, and engage in direct Q&A with project creators. In return, learners are rewarded for positive behavior, like practicing with project materials and watching projects. Similarly, project creators will be rewarded with tokens. The more view time their projects get, the more education tokens they receive. API creators who extend the platform's functionality will be rewarded with tokens as well. So will users who find and report bugs in the system. Education tokens are also used for governance. For example, holding education tokens will give users the power to vote on the future of the platform. Not just what projects are being created, but the features that the development team implements and what new project topics to support.
We have learned a lot from other token models, like Steemit, a blogging platform that rewards its users with tokens when they write awesome content. And the more power the users have, the more they create projects that matches with what viewers want to watch.
So how do we make sure these tokens have value? To start with, the token is designed to have as much utility as possible in the education ecosystem. meaning that as long as people are using the network, they will need tokens. And as the size of the user base grows, so does the demand for tokens. To help further offset this, a percentage of all tokens spent on subscriptions annually are burned, removing them from circulation and increasing the value of all remaining tokens. Finally, 13% of all the tokens created has been reserved as incentives for project creators over the next 3 years. Our goal is to have 10,000 new projects created in the next 3 years.
We want to partner up with schools, libraries, colleges, and other online education companies. Our mission is to be the place on the web for professional development. And our education token is a central part of that.
Okay. So without my computer totally ruining my day, I'll say what I heard was these coin makers are getting smarter, right? They're learning how to use the technology and to put the right tokenomics in their coins. You know, we're getting better as we go. And us asset collectors are going to get better too at selecting where to put our liquidity. Am I still there?
Yeah, you sure?
All right. Where to put our liquidity, because that's ultimately that choice is what everybody is looking for you to make, right? Can I have your liquidity? May I have your liquidity? But what I like is you drive.
Breaking up now.
I'm back. I said what I like is that you could drive and incentivize the behaviors that you want to see, and you incentivize them with your coin. They're incentivizing people to find bugs in their system. They're incentivizing people to build on their platform. They're incentivizing people to make content that's relevant that other people can learn, and they're incentivizing people to go on and learn, right? Those are, as we look at the big tokens, we need to look for that. How are they incentivizing their community? Because that's what's going to give them longevity and not just usage or usefulness. It's not usefulness. It's usefulness plus a community incentive to be there, right? Crypto is giving us, CRO is giving us incentive to be there, right? They're always offering some new reason you should be there. Now they got some loan programs coming out on this crypto platform, right? So that, hey, if I need to borrow some fiat or some liquidity, I can do that and not get rid of my coins. So all of these platforms are going to be creating incentives for us to stay involved. And I like that. What do you think, Kyle? You've been quiet, man. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I have been quiet, man, because it's rare that I could just sit back and listen and learn. And I have been telling myself that is my new message, my new role in life, to listen and learn.
No doubt.
Let me turn the cam on. I'm over here. You already know, Corey. So what I truly perceive is you have to incentivize. You got a coin and you're not incentivizing people, and it's not like the hottest coin on the block is just not going to exist. Bitcoin and Ethereum probably the only two, even though Ethereum has a way of incentivizing. I mean, the first to the market don't have to incentivize much because they're the first to the market. I believe the time will come where people will realize that the only reason that a coin matters is the community and how it's actually being used, not the future usage of it, the potential for the future usage. So I just see that the knowledge of people is increasing. And of course, you're going to have to, as there's more coins, the issuers are going to have to wisen up, show the use case, and give people a reason to engage. And at the end of the day, honestly, most of these coins are ERC20 tokens, so it doesn't really cost the issuer anything to incentivize them with their own token.
Yeah.
Honestly. So it's truly like, the community just further. You have to believe to even accept that incentive.
Yeah.
The average person won't even care about that incentive if they don't believe in the project anyway.
Yep, they got to believe. They got to connect.
Yeah.
And what better way than to live in a way to where you have to believe first before you rock with a company? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or rock with a person or organization. You got to believe, which means you got to be willing to transfer something that's valuable to you into their organization, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we all want in life. You know what I mean? Hey, as soon as you meet me, I would love for you to hold my tokens, right? And be a long-term holder of my tokens. Because that means that you see value in me that's beyond the right side of the chart. The day-to-day, the win. You see long-term value in me. And I think that's an approach to take to life, not just to investment. It's it's about being solid.
Mm-hmm.
I think you get rewarded when you're solid. We look at that one token you saw that shot up, that education token. Those people are being rewarded right now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure.
Them coins was 3 cents a few days ago.
Yep.
So it's their time. Congrats. I don't know how long it's
MTX.
gonna be your time, but it's your time. And
And
everybody get
honestly, I believe that the research itself is the most powerful data.
it's
Brothers
beautiful.
like yourself sitting back, analyzing coins. That's why one part of crypto assurance, and Corey, you definitely on board, and anybody you rocking with, we all need to collectively put our efforts together to ensure that this succeeds, because collectively, we're open sourcing the credit rating for cryptocurrencies.
Yeah.
Which means that everything that you believe is important to a coin, we believe is important to a coin.
Mm-hmm.
Corey, I think you're talking. Are we talking over each other? Because I see your mouth moving.
No, we're here. I hear you.
Okay, cool. My video is just lagging.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do believe us coming up with more formal research data and recommendations. That's what crypto assurance is there for as well, because the information, the reason that you make your choices, the reasoning actually is valuable. And if we can package this reasoning and let people see a shit coin before they experience a lot of loss and a headache and a bad relationship, you know what I'm saying? May lose a home. We want to be able to serve a purpose to let them see that before that happens.
Let me tell you, this is my mode right now. You see Bobby, you see his face, see how he's clicking around on the computer. That's me looking for a play. And as I look at the coins, I look at them because I want to understand them so that I can recreate them, And if I don't see the value in recreating them, then I'm definitely going to buy them, But most of them, I'm like, oh, I can do that. I can do that. I can do that. But then when I see one that I can't do, oh, I got to have that. You know what I mean? That's the play. That's the level of understanding that we have to be moving at 3 years from now. So now is the boot camp for us, Now is this stuff. This is basic training.
I like how you were going into the exchange. Basically it's all about trade orders, placing orders, bid orders, sell orders, buy orders, and sell orders, and the rate in which you can fill them. A lot of when you think about that simple concept, right, equals liquidity. The liquidity equals how quick can you fill a sell order,
Yep.
specifically, not the purchase order, because you can have a whole bunch of stuff for sale, right? But how quick can you sell it? How quick can that sale order be fulfilled? That is the bottom line of liquidity. Yet
Mm.
there's no rating in the world that specifically identifies how quick can I get my money if I wanted to sell this, what I'm saying, coin right here. Crypto insurance is working on that. And I think that one big play for traditional money, and we're going over this right now with the money machine. That's one reason why it exists. We can talk about that sometime in the future. But one reason it exists is because to the profit margins that currently exist will not exist in the future. As people learn more and more about cryptocurrency, its usage, the fact that it is an ERC20 token means it could be used right now as money, and they no longer think about them as just forms of investment, looking for the growth in them, and they
Mhm.
literally realize they are money. That level of knowledge is coming for the masses. I see it. And but when that day comes, the liquidity issue is going to decrease. Right now, since it's an issue, people have an enormous ability to purchase a lot of these coins at 70%, 80%, 90% discount rates just because people can't get them off their hands. And that's amazing. That's not going to last forever, trust me. And for those people who are smart now, traditional money, hedge fund, and even I'd say regular individuals, who want to experience crazy profits 5, 10, 20 years from now, I say purchase any ERC20 token, because the day is coming where people are just going to realize it is money, period.
Yeah. Straight up.
So help people liquidate them, at 90%, 80% discount rate is sad, but you can do it. And that's a market that's not being explored right now. But the money machine has a
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
principle
whoa.
and a
So,
method of doing that.
hold up, hold up, hold up, swole up, hold up, hold up. I just heard what you said. So people, in order to liquidate their crypto, are paying 80, 90% premiums just to get out.
Some people can't get out. Think about the coins you can get out of easily right now are the coins that are on the major exchanges and can connect to your master Visa card, and to your Cash
Mhm.
App and your bank account. Think about that. That's a limited amount of coins. An extremely limited amount of coins are genuinely just naturally accepted on face value for their value, right?
Mm.
So I'd say 99% of the market has no immediate liquidity if someone went to sell it at the
Mhm.
rate that they want to sell it for. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And because of that, and I truly perceive that's only because the current buyer, the average buyer, is still looking at cryptocurrency as an investment, when technically cryptocurrencies, these coins are utility coins and cannot be sold or promoted as investments. They would have to be securities, right? And registered under the SEC, right? So the
Yeah.
buyer is treating these things as a financial asset that they are not. And that's truly what's happening. So we have an entire group of uneducated populations
Mm.
engaging with cryptocurrency like it's stock. And honestly, because of that, because of my play is a more long-term play. I'm still waiting to engage with the market once the market's knowledge increases. Once people just respect crypto for what it is, stored value.
Understood. Built for the collection, built for collecting and leveraging, not for
Literally,
not for
I'm,
a high. It's like, would you take an oak tree and dig it up and replant it all over your yard? You know what I mean? It's like, I thought I wanted it there, but I'm gonna move it. I'm gonna put it over here. I thought I wanted it there. You do that, how long before you just kill the tree? You know?
or the purpose, because truly cryptocurrency was developed, and it has the purpose of serving as a medium of exchange. Technically, I'm a registered money service provider. Kyomaster is a financial institution registered with the Department of Treasury as a money service provider, because cryptocurrency, based on the IRS and the banking institutions, they respect it as a current asset. Okay, you as a current asset, you can pay someone with $1 million worth of any coin, and it's going to be treated as $1 million payment. And because of that, if the masses treated it like that, what would happen? Just think about it, Corey. Think about everyone. All these coins that's in existence right now, if the masses treated them just like money, then people would use them for food, water, shelter, clothing, housing, and then things would adjust, right? So there's a lot of capabilities of crypto that's not being utilized because it's not being treated as that. So until that happens, we're always going to be wondering which one's going to increase more than the other, and because we're looking at one specific use case, an investment return, which it is not truly structured to be. Some of them are. The security tokens are structured to be that. That's why they're called security tokens.
Yeah.
So truly, what that's to say is, if we truly believed in education, then we just use that education token, right? Not just for education, but for food, water, shelter, and that increases the liquidity of it, right? So one way of helping these coins is to increase the everyone's knowledge, to say, hey, it is a coin that can be used in the market. Every coin can benefit from every coin being accepted. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, indeed. I was talking about that earlier. Again, it's all about your own personal coin, your personal currency. And until you have your own, you believe in somebody else's. But at the end of the day, it's your own currency that determines your ability to add value to someone, right? And until we get there, we're just going to continue to I say the study of other people's currency is going to help you perfect your own, and it's going to help you find a use case that aligns with your purpose. And when you find a use case that aligns with your purpose, put your treasure there, put your money there, stake that, earn that, hold that, hodl that, farm that, use it, barter it, because you found a use case that aligns with your purpose. And if that's money to you, then word is bond. Right?
And I can say honestly, what Corey's stating, in a way, shape, or form am living. I can speak that works. It truly works. And I can truly say that there are coins all on this platform. There are coins all on the blockchain that don't have efficient white papers. They don't have efficient data online for you to research them, yet they have a market. They have a community.
Yeah.
And that's a whole nother level of research, right?
Yeah.
It's deep. It's deep.
Purpose-based finance. And who's doing that, right? You didn't have a chance to do that because the current market is all a bunch of publicly traded companies, and their whole purpose is to make money, right?
Exactly.
But now you can literally, like with the EduCoin, you can literally, hey, I like his purpose. I like what he's about. I'm going to, one, learn how to create content. Two, get on and learn some content. I mean, he's got some great content on there as far as learning how to actually make programs, DevOps, not ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, high digital education training, people showing you how to set up your own blockchain and how to do your own app and things of that nature. And that's the kind of content that we would be trying to pay universities tens, if not hundreds of $1,000s for, you know?
But the other part is just the governance piece of it. Like you mentioned, being a part of the community. The more coins that you're staking into a platform, you're saying that you want your voice to be heard. You know what I mean? So I think that's also interesting about a coin or a community that offers that functionality. I mean, people want to be heard. I mean, if you want your from an educational standpoint, since that's the that's a realm that you guys are talking about now. If you want a vote on what's next, or what we should be focused on from a educational standpoint. So it's important to, like I said, you use your coin token, you use your influence, your monetary influence, to kind of support that cause.
And that's what they do now with voting. That's what the American system does, except we don't have a, because we ain't got no bread. But when the politicians sit around and decide what's going to be on the agenda, it's going to be based on all the people that voted with their coins, right? Those are the people that they're really drawing the legislation to cater to. And it ain't about the people that voted with the ballot. Nah, that's the show. Right now, the real ballot is them coins on when you're running and looking to see who's contributing to that campaign. So and it's totally non-transparent. So we're gonna live in a space where you literally, my vote was how many coins I sent in, right? The other day when Guap Coin had a governor's vote about the tokenomics. And in order to vote, you had to send either 20 coins to this address or 20 coins to that address. And that was your vote. Every vote, the entire organization gets stronger. Every time there's a vote, the organization gets stronger because all of the holders put more of their assets into the bank. That looks delicious. But look, that's a good breaking point for us. Kyle, I want to, before we go, do some homework. I want to share my Steam Revolution NFT.
Yeah.
That's our Steam Revolution NFT. It's going to be dropping soon. I can't wait to have a launch campaign for it. We're really going to be taking proceeds from the sale of the NFT to fund all the things that we're doing with Steam Revolution. Kyle has been in the streets with me, looking in the eyes of these little ones and some of our events, and he will attest to the impact that we're having in the Atlanta community. And as we look to expand that nationally and even internationally, I'm hoping that the launch of this NFT can be proof of how we can use blockchain in a different way to bring capital and bring liquidity to our purposes. So, look out for the launch. And
it's nice, man.
I'm gonna expect the fam to share it, and we can say, hey, yeah, my boy launched NFT, man. Yeah, man, and I got me a piece of it, and I'm so I'm excited about that. I look forward to having the community participate in this NFT purchase. All right.
Yes, that's nice, man. Congratulations.
Thanks for that. So
congrats, man.
That's it for today, man. We put it in. We put an hour and 20 minutes in, and if they watch it, if they watch all of it, hopefully they'll be blessed. Once again, don't forget to get your merch. Be the bank, blockchain, B-Dub. Gonna have the Be the Bank shirts, the Be the Bank hats coming out. We need the logo, bro.
Yeah, no doubt.
We need the logo. And Kyle is a resource that I plan to connect you to. He's gonna be in and out on this show a lot as an educator, a trainer, and then when somebody decides that they want their own coin, as a consultant and as an advisor to help us with that. So thanks again to our faithful viewers. I hope y'all have learned something, and we'll be back next week. I do this for duty. Every Sunday, my stomach starts bubbling, and I really don't be feeling like it, but I still do it because it's a must that our people get fed. So I hope that we fed somebody today. All right.
Appreciate it. Thanks for
We're looking out. Take care, guys.
Yep.
Do your